Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it's time to take a look at my July book haul. I think my battery's about to die, so I'm going to breeze through them as quickly as I can, but you know, we all know how quickly is for me. Everything I'm mentioning is going to be linked in the description below so you can find out more about them there. And you've also already seen a number of these because I highlighted them in First Impressions Week. So if I've talked about this book in First Impressions Week, I will leave a link to the video to that as well. But let's go ahead and start off with those. First up we have The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron, which, as I said in my first impressions, is just totally up my alley. I was convinced from page 1, line 1. I think I'm gonna love it. This one comes out September 13th, so pretty soon-ish. Up next is Interference by Kay Honeyman, which is a contemporary sort of Friday Night Lights meets Jane Austen's Emma mashup. I actually just finished reading this one a couple nights ago and I'll be reviewing it for Austen in August, but little spoiler, loved it. And this one comes out September 27th. Then we have In Case You Missed It by Sarah Darrow Littman, which comes out October 11th, so getting a little further away. This one is sort of contemporary look at social media in a way, and hacktivism, and how much of our lives we put online, and how that can really come back to bite us in the ass. So I wasn't completely convinced on this one in my first impressions. You can find out why in that video, but I still think that it will definitely find its audience. Then we have Frost by M.P. Kozlowski. This one is described as The Walking Dead meets Cinder, which that's a killer description, and I'm definitely curious to see where it goes, especially because I was a fan of Kozlowski's Juniper Berry, which I thought was excellent. So looking forward to this one, and it comes out October 11th as well. And then we have Falling Over Sideways by Jordan Sonnenblick. This again is contemporary, and again I did a first impressions of it, so if you want to find out more or get kind of a sneak peek of the style, definitely check out that video below. But from what I've read of it, so far so good. And this one comes out September 27th. Now the last one from this haul that I also featured in that First Impressions Week is actually a repeat book. You've already seen me show this before, but it was a little special delivery. So it came in this little bag from a store called Be Wise. And because you probably can't read everything that it says around it, I'm going to read it to you because it's amazing. It says, "Welcome to Be Wise, a convenience store like no other. Shoplifters will be headed. Come again." And then it says hashtag Vasa the Night, Sarah Porter. So in the book, there is a really odd convenience store chain that is known for beheading shoplifters and anyone that looks at it the wrong way, basically. Very interesting, dark, weird, magical realism fairy tale retelling of Vasilisa the Beautiful. I'm reading it right now and loving it. This is what the book looks like, and then this is what was in the package. So obviously the little Be Wise tote bag, which is genius marketing. A Vasa in the Night bath bomb in a scent called Shoot for the Stars, and it's this sort of galactic, you know, nighttime sky and stars look, which is well suited to the book because in the book night is kind of expanding and taking over more and more time, and it's kind of becoming inescapable, so that works. A Vasa in the Night nail polish in Emerald City. When I first got this I was like, that's kind of an interesting shade choice, like what does that have to do with the book? But now that I'm reading it, yeah, this is well suited. It makes perfect sense. It's just deliciously creepy and weird. And then lastly, this little keychain of a doll. Now if you've watched that First Impressions video, the excerpt that I shared was about Vasa's doll Erg, who's a delightful weirdo. My little Erg doll, hilariously, came broken, so she's beheaded, which is so perfectly suited to this book. And then lastly, of course, a copy of the book wrapped in branded Vasa wrapping paper, which is just so cool. As I mentioned, I've already got a copy, so this one I will hang on to, and I'm not entirely sure what I'll do with it yet. Possibly it will be a giveaway for one of you when I review this book. Otherwise it might go to one of my friend's classrooms because she's trying to build up her classroom library, so keep an eye out. Then we have a couple graphic novels from First Second, who I love. You hear me talk about them all the time. The first is Varmints by Andy Hirsch, which is just this kind of wacky Western kids on a mission type of story, which just, I sometimes crave things like that, which is weird because I was never really a Western person growing up, but I kind of dig them. And the art is so bright and colorful, so I love that. And this one comes out September 27th. The other graphic novel is Demon by Jason Shiga. This, speaking of beheading, has a beheaded person on the cover. This sounds really dark and warped and weird and twisted and right up my alley. Really, really dark, you know, definitely not for everyone, but it's for me. And this one comes out, it says October. I'm not sure of the exact date, but October for this little weirdness. And if you want a sneak peek, it's kind of monochrome throughout. The last physical book just showed up in my mail the other day, and it is Die Like an Eagle by Donna Andrews, a Meg Lanslow mystery. Now, I have received one of these before. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think it had like ravens on it, but all of the names are puns, and it's a pretty extensive series that I think all of them have to do with birds in some way. They're like avian mysteries. All of the names in the covers anyway have birds. I don't know terribly much about it other than it sounds really funny, but I haven't read the other one partly because I just haven't had time, but also because it's kind of down the line in the series and I don't know if you can just jump into it at any point. So if you've read any of the series, let me know your thoughts, but they do sound really funny. And that one comes out August 2nd, so you can pick that one up now. That was it for the physical books. I also did get Nevernight by Jay Kristoff as an e-galley. I believe that one is either out now or coming out very soon. And I think I said in another video that it was middle grade, and I think I just assumed that based on the cover style, but it's actually adult. It's a YA to adult crossover. So yeah, I was wrong about that. And then I believe I might have an e-galley on the way of The Possibility of Somewhere, because it's a Jane Austen tie-in, so I can cover that in Austen in August. That was it for review books, but I also did get some comics, of course, on Hoopla because I'm obsessed. So I downloaded everything else that was available of Hexed by Michael Allen Nelson, which is like the current 3 or 4 issues, and then volume 3 of Rat Queens because it was finally on there. And I have 2 more spots left, and I haven't decided what to use them on because I don't want to waste them. I kind of want to savor it. So if you have recommendations of comics or graphic novels, definitely let me know. Always, anytime you come across something that you love, get a hold of me on Twitter or something because I've got like a running list of ones I want to get through. Tell me all your favorites, please, because I am on a comic kick. This is the year. 2016 is the year of comics for me. Can't get enough. But that is everything, I believe, from this book haul. I feel like there is actually something missing, but I don't recall what, so it'll just be shown later, I guess. As I said, everything is linked in the description so you can click through and find out about more. And a bunch of them were covered in First Impressions Week, so make sure to check out those videos because I gave a sneak peek of the style and my impressions of the first chunk of the book and whether I would keep going, so check those out. But that is all for now. Looking forward to chatting with you in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching and happy reading!